Yeah, here we go. No running yet. I'll try this terrain first. Dog's not entirely certain what the hell's going on. I mean, running on the grass. That's perfectly normal. Well, let's try terrain number 1. Yeah, quite tentative. They've recently gravelled this, so it's a little sore. Ow. So, feet are bare. Look like a proper hippie. Good one. Anyhow, so I'm on the grass. It's cold, so there's frost on the ground this morning, so my feet are definitely cold. There's tingling feet. That first surface was a bit rough. I'm now on a slightly different surface. If I turn this around. Interesting. So I've done about 100 yards. It's quite cold here today. I mean, it's not freezing. There was frost on the ground, but it was cold and wet and moist, and there's dew on the ground and all that sort of stuff. So my feet picked up quite a bit of like little rock debris that pressed into the feet. I mean, this is a first experience, right? So it was stingy. It wasn't sore. I didn't cut my feet and I didn't run, although I've tracked today's run. It was, yeah, interesting. There's a different, the terrain I'm on at the moment is slightly different. So I put my shoes on just to sort of give them a breather and get the dog sorted out because he keeps on barking. But in terms of the experience, I think other than it being cold, it was all right. I think I'm going to do my sort of loop, come back and then take them off again on this other terrain, which is generally flat, and see if I can get a run going. Although I imagine that's quite tentative. I've obviously got a rucksack as well to put the shoes in so that I can sort of focus on the ground and all that stuff. But trying to vlog it, you're slightly distracted. The real experiment will come after today's first attempt, and doing it without any sort of technology to distract my mind, and to quote Barefoot Ted, to just focus on the ground. So anyhow, it's in terms of first outing, I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, all right, good stuff. I'll leave it there for the moment. All right, shoes are back on. Off rather. Beautiful spot. Mindful of the horse crap as well. But here we're going to have a bit of a run. I mean, like, let's be honest, grass isn't going to be typically difficult to run on. It's quite nice actually. It's kind of natural. yeah, it's all right. Built up a sweat. There's another section down here that I'm going to try and do a bit of a jog on. But there are stones ahead of us, so shoes will go back on to get to that point. Have another go. All right. Experiment number 2. Not as gravelly here. That's all right, but I'm looking for flat surfaces. Oh, gravelly. I don't think we're going to do this for long, but it's all right here. Oh. Yeah, I'm a bit pensive about going on this stuff here. But it's a process, right? First time out. Anyhow, here we go. We'll try and get it to the grass. Oh yeah. Yeah. Alright, maybe not the grass. Alright, first time out. Good stuff. So, what are the initial thoughts? So, what I've done? So, run on grass. I walked initially on some really dodgy terrain, which I'm walking on now. It has recently been, I guess, potholes filled, so it's sort of like a tarmacy surface. The rocks are quite big. It's particularly uneven. Nothing's been worn down because of usage. So I was particularly tentative on it. I think running on grass, and there's plenty of areas where I could run on grass. Barefooted is perfectly fine. There is obviously a section that you will have seen where I run along next to the gallops, which is grass. That was perfectly fine. And I was obviously videoing at the same time, so I wasn't 100% focused on running itself. I've then done the same on, we'll call it a gravelly surface, but it is a worn road. So whilst there are stones and such, they are tiny at best, and so barely even crack the surface, if that's the right word. It's warmed up a tiny bit in the 45 minutes I've been out. Initially it was cold on the ground because there was a frost overnight. It wasn't an epic frost, but it was a frost. So the feet were kind of cold, and then transitioning from a sort of a cold grassy feeling onto the gravel didn't really sort of help particularly. I could see this probably taking a bit more of a grasp in the summer perhaps, but I passed a couple of people. I took my shoes off at one point as someone was passing me. No one really said anything because frankly they don't care. I'm sure I'll get some comments the more I do it and the more I sort of interact with people, but it is what it is. What do you tell them you're doing? Well, I'm experimenting, so I am. So as a first attempt, other than standing on my lawn at home, it was interesting. It felt natural. It felt quite good to take the shoes off. Once I'd put the shoes back on, there was that after the initial foray. I guess there was a little part of me that was like, oh, I want to take the shoes off again. Let's try some different stuff. There appears to be no cracks or abrasions or cuts in my skin, though having said that, I haven't run particularly far. It was just to sort of experience the sensation. So it's, interesting. So like first thoughts of a vlog, I will continue going. I'll try and do this sort of 2 days a week, subject to work and such. But I was super keen to try this, and I've done it and broken the seal. We'll see if there's benefits in the long term. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a pleasant day. Ciao.